So I have been running this computer business now for a little over 25 years from the time we opened our first store. I did it for about 5 years, 6 years, part time when I was in college before opening up our own store. Did college for that. Originally was going to open up a computer store in Flagstaff, decided to do it here instead. So I want to talk to you about two different subjects. First off, we're going to talk about um, marketing and internet marketing. And the way I look about marketing is everybody here who's an entrepreneur becomes an entrepreneur because you have a passion to do something, a passion to write books, make coupons, a passion to be a realtor, a passion to do whatever it ends up being. And then you quickly stumble into the realization that, yes, that's your core business, but your real business is promoting that business and doing marketing. And everybody who is an entrepreneur ends up needing and to become a marketer and learn about how marketing works. The number one reason that businesses fail is because of obscurity, because people don't know that you exist. And as long as you have enough people that know you exist, you'll have enough money. I mean, if everybody knew that Alfonso was the best Spanish-speaking realtor in the city, and his phone would be ringing off the hook because there's people who speak Spanish who are doing transactions, 5, 10, 20 of them a day are closing. And you just need, what, how many a month? 6 a month would be good, right?
Sure.
Sure. 6 a month would be awesome. And if you had 6 a month, there's more than that doing every single day. So if you could learn how to become, how to make sure that everybody who speaks Spanish and who wants a realtor calls you, that would be awesome. And it's all, and a lot of them probably would if they got to know you. So it's only because they don't know you that they don't do business with you. So how do you get people to know you? The real reason, and this is our next category, is keep attention, or get attention, keep attention. And it's all about, you need to attract their attention. You don't want to be obscure. You want them to know who you are. You want every time, and it's a little bit of stuff. Every time you walk into a room, and I know realtors are pretty good at this, like realtors always wear name tags. I always wear an Emerald Computers shirt. When you walk into a room, there needs to be no question whatsoever that you are whatever your business is. And when you're, I don't want to pick on the two realtors, but so when you walk in a room, have your realtor company on your shirt. Have a lot of realtors have a magnetic little name tag. Walk in, always have that name tag. Have apparel. The second one is, in this city especially to people who have already told me they're driving from Mesa and all over the city, you're driving a lot. And if you drive 100 miles, that's about 10,000 impressions. 10,000 people will see that vehicle. About 100 people a minute see your vehicle, whether they're passing you, going past you, going around. I mean, they're not going to actually be focusing enough to read it. Maybe only a few of them would be. But if you have your vehicle with your logos on it, I had my prior vehicle had our Emerald Computers logos all on both sides, very big and all that stuff. I got the new vehicle. So far, I've only put a one on the back, but it's on our high up on our to-do list to wrap that vehicle. We have another vehicle that has all over. It's almost like a rolling billboard. And we just recently got a new vehicle just like a month or two ago. We haven't even driven it 100 miles yet. And we're going to wrap that whole vehicle, make that a roaming billboard for whenever we do computer recycling and all that type of stuff. So having a vehicle is another really, really good thing. And then there's another gimmicky thing about keeping attention is, once you have somebody on your list, there's a whole bunch of different gimmicks you can do. Of course, you can always email them. Having a good CRM software and having a good list to be able to go to your contacts is something that's highly valuable. Now, one little trick is, everybody pretty much went technology-wise, and now people are so saturated with technology that the old stuff is actually working better than the technology. Knocking on people's doors, sending them snail mail. I actually subscribe to a service called Send Out Cards, and what they do is you can go in there Type in the information you want and customize a card, upload pictures, and send those people a card. Send Out Cards is doing a promo. If you've never used them, you can send out 10 cards anywhere in the world, even the Philippines, for $20. Custom cards, they'll print it. The membership I have with Send Out Cards is you just get unlimited cards that you manually do. For $95 a month. And that's what I currently pay for my subscription. And those cards are anywhere in the world. If you want to add like a box of brownies to it, you just pay the cost of the brownies, like an extra $4. They'll ship it off of a box of brownies. You could do postcards, folding cards, trifold cards, full color, all the panels, whatever you want to upload. They have thousands of cards done. If you are interested in Send Out Cards at all, I'm going to talk about it later, but I do have, I like link pages. So I made a link page called jasondragon.com, which is my name. And on that link page, I have about 50 links. And they're all just little buttons you click. It's just a long list of like, hey, you're interested in Send Out Cards? Click this button. So if you click that button, that'll get you the 10 cards for $20. It'll also, if you're interested, I think you can even do one card completely for free without any money at all, without even signing up. So if that's something you're interested in doing it. Now, speaking of that, we definitely believe in websites, and having a website for your business, I believe is still crucial. It's still mandatory in this day and age. People want to check you out to make sure you're a legitimate company, legitimate organization. They don't want to do business with somebody that doesn't have at least a halfway decent website. A website doesn't need to have if you're a brick and mortar like us, or her. You don't really need to have all your inventory, all your stuff on there. And even if you're a realtor, I don't even think you need to have IDX anymore. You don't even need to have, I don't think it's good to have, where they're going to search and look for houses on your website. There's so many other better websites they can do that on anyway. So you should take your website and just make it a very awesome brochure about your services and how good you are. You don't need to have the ability to search for other houses. But you want to, on every single website, have a place where customers can interact with you. Have a place where, they could say, hey, I'd like to schedule an appointment with you. There's a website called Calendly where you can link it up with your Google Calendar. I don't personally use that because the website builder I use has even a better one. But the one I use is not free. But with all these things, you want to have it where it's really easy to book an appointment with you. It's really easy for them to give you their basic information. And the next thing is what they call a funnel. Who here has heard of funnels before in the context of websites? So about half of you. Okay, so we can get a drink. So when it comes to funnels, a funnel is a website, but it's not like a meandering website where you can click here and do this and click over here and do this and scroll down here and there's 10 other buttons where you can click and do this, 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 or this. A funnel is all about getting them from point A to point F, and you go A, B, C, D, E, F, and you go in order, page by page. There's no left or right or turns. It's just a straight line from beginning to end, getting them step by step from somebody who you've never done business with all the way to somebody who's a raving fan giving you money. And so, there's a lot of ways you could build a different funnel. You can even have, based on their different questions, they might go to a D over here or a D over here, depending on how they answer their questions. So for example, the funnel I like to always talk about is one that I actually helped somebody build. It was somebody who was a realtor and they wanted to have people buy or sell houses. And so they decided to write up a little quick guide with how-to videos and links to videos and stuff on YouTube, but mostly it was a 30-page guide on how to buy a house and a 30-page guide on how to sell a house. So they go on to the very first page. It says, are you looking to buy or sell? And they click, I'm looking to buy a house. So then they're like, okay, we'll download this. Well, in order for you to download this, it's free, but we need to have your email address and your phone number and your name. So they give you that information because for a 30-page book, most people will give you that information. You send them the book, and then a day or two later, it sends them another email to continue the funnel. And it says, okay, now that hopefully you've read that book, and 90% of the people say, oh no, I haven't read that book yet. So what you do is you call them up and say, hey, let me just summarize the book for you over the phone. And then all of a sudden now you've established yourself as the expert, and you've given away your expert resume basically in exchange for their information. And now you have an active buyer who now thinks you're the expert at that particular thing. And you go to the next page and they're like, okay, well now, what are you looking for? What's your budget? Are you pre-qualified? Oh, you're not pre-qualified yet. Well, click this link, and this lender over here, was going to pre-qualify you, and we'll get you, a letter of qualification by tomorrow. And then as soon as they get that letter of qualification, you call them up and say, congratulations, you've been qualified for $450,000. And you have another question that says, what are you looking for? Oh, you want a 4-bedroom house, all whatever you need. And all of a sudden you're going down the path, and the website helps you with every aspect of it. What's also nice about the particular funnel software I use, which is called GHL, and I could help anybody set that up if they want to call me. That's one of the things we help people with. That also interacts with your cell phone. So every time someone goes on to the next step, you can have it where it alerts you on the cell phone. Also, it links with your Google My Business. It links with all your social media presence. And so anytime they interact with you on any platform, it all goes to this one app on your phone, which is really, really convenient and really, really nice. And speaking of all that, you need a Google My Business page for pretty much any business out there. Google has started cracking down on home-based businesses. If you are a home-based business and you're selling merchandise, they won't let you be on Google My Business anymore. If you are doing a service, they sometimes will, but it's still much better to get a brick and mortar location. A lot of people use like UPS stores. I have 2 other businesses that have approached me to use this address to be their Google My Business address, and they're actually willing to give me money to do that, which is quite impressive. So that's just another one you want to do. You also want to have a link page. I built my own link page in GHL. And I like the way it's built because I can control it completely. There is a big company called Linktree, and they make a link page where you can go and put all your links just like this. The one thing about Linktree is if you get the free version of Linktree, and when you click out of your link to another page, they'll do a pop-up for yet a different website and kind of bring some of your traffic somewhere else. So I don't really like, them selling their stuff to my customers. So I like to do my own in there. But no matter what you do and how you got their attention and how you're keeping their attention, the most important thing is follow up. You have to make sure you're communicating them. The average person that makes $1,000 plus purchase needs 11 contacts before they will make that purchase. That's the average. Some people might take 40. Some people might take 50. And it's just, so you send them an email, that's a contact. You send them a text message. You send them a card from Send Out Cards. You could put on Send Out Cards, you could put their anniversary, you put Christmas, and you put their birthday, and now they're getting 3 cards a year from you automatically, built into the system. All you need is their address. It is a little bit difficult in modern era now to get people's physical addresses for some reason. A lot of people don't like to share that, and a lot of business cards no longer contain that data. And it's not really that fun, especially like I'm not going to send you a greeting card to 75th and Thunderbird. That ain't going to work. You have to have it to your house. Now the next thing what I talked about is social media, and it's very important to have a social media presence nowadays. I choose to mostly focus on my Facebook presence, though I do use a little bit of Instagram. I do TikTok. I have a pretty large following on YouTube, and I also do Instagram through Facebook. So all those different ones, but Facebook is the number one that I interact with. Other people have really great success on other platforms, but it's important to be on all of them, I believe, and because you don't want to have a chance to have people not meet you. You do want to have a business page for your business, but you still want to primarily build up your personal page. People like following people. They don't like following businesses. So I post everything I do on my personal Jason Dragon Facebook, but I have one for my real estate thing, and I have one for Emerald Computers, and I have other people, like a lot of people in my company have access to post on the Emerald Computers one, and we're posting news, and we're posting specials, and we're posting all this stuff. And then I post about various things that I'm passionate about on my personal one. Every now and then I might share something from my personal to Emerald Computers or from Emerald Computers to my personal. We also have one for Arizona Computer Recycling, which is our recycling name. So, but using your personal brand and your personal image is going to get people to relate with you and build up a lot more. And like I heard a story the other day. We were in a meeting talking about this exact subject, and there was a lady there, and she was like, "Yeah, I keep my personal and my business separate." And we asked, like, how's that working for you? And she's like, well, yeah, I guess last year there were two people who were good friends of mine. One of them was even a relative, and both of them bought houses, but they didn't use me because neither of them knew I was a realtor. That's what she said, because she never posted even once on her personal page. So even if you mostly post on a business page, at least post 1 out of every 4 posts on your personal page. It helps a long ways. And there's so many people now. I believe that Facebook is the one that has the most people using it, though Instagram is also pretty good. Instagram is a lot less powerful and has a lot less features, but because they are owned by the same company, you can double your effort by whenever you post on Facebook, you can have it automatically post on Instagram also, which is what I've done.
Vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa. So I make sure that every time I post on one, it posts on the other. There are a few limitations. Like, I like posting videos, and if your video is above a certain length, they won't let you put it on Instagram. So, yeah.
And I had a note to that I just discovered yesterday, actually.
Okay.
And one of the things, I don't know where I heard it, and on my Instagram, I got my name, Alfonso Lopez Hines. And so what I did, I changed my name to Alfonso, the home is the realtor. So now when they search for home, the first person who comes on the list is whoever has that, not your name, because they might not know my name.
Yep.
But if you in your name, you put whatever your business is right next to your name, actually people find you because of that.
Yep, I heard about that. I've seen people do that too.
It really works.
Yeah, it's a good thing in having keywords, and also, you can even get a little bit of, not as powerful, but even just in the description on your profiles, putting your business information on there, some keywords, really does help. But I've realized recently that the real power is video, and I have this business coach, and he basically said, hey, let's try a 30-day challenge of making one video every day for 30 days. And in his group, we had like 80 people or something. Only 2 people in that whole group successfully did the 30-day challenge. A lot of people would start, and after like 10 days or 5 days, they give up and they miss a day and they do it. So I want to tell you, I'm on day 28 of mine. Wow. So today will be my 28th day of mine. I'm not gonna, and this video is gonna be day 28's video. I'm gonna post it tonight. And when you post videos, the other interesting thing, whether it's Instagram and Facebook, over 50% of the people who are scrolling and looking for videos actually have the sound off because they're doing it at school, they're doing it at work. They don't want to get caught. They said on TikTok it's a little bit less. It's like 70% of the people have the sound on. Only 30% have it off. But because so many people have the sound off, you need to use a program. I personally use a program called CapCut. But you need a program that adds captions to it. What's nice about CapCut is not only does it add captions, it lets you cut out the ums and the ahs and all the other little parts you don't need. It even checks your grammar, and if there's something like a pause, like say for example, you're talking and all of a sudden you pause for 2 seconds in there, it'll say, alert, you pause for 2 seconds, and then let you just clip it out. You can also add special effects and lots of cool stuff. So I've been using CapCut every single video I make, and then once I take the video, use CapCut, filter it out. I can even rearrange segments of the video using CapCut. And then at the end of it, I can add music, I can add sound effects, I can add stickers, I can add graphics, I can add animations. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, everything on there. It's like very powerful. And they have a cell phone version, which is surprisingly powerful. They also have a computer-based version that you use through a browser on your computer. And that one works really, really well also. And with that, you can make fairly professional videos in a matter of minutes. So if I have like an 8-minute video, it takes me maybe 10 or 12 minutes to fully edit it and put it online. And-
CAPCUT.
Yep. CAPCUT.
That's
Yeah.
translations too.
Yeah,
Duh.
also,
Translate
it's an
for-
app.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Can you teach us more about Capcom?
We can.
Can I have
So
a-
there's a lot of good videos about that. So that's better to start with that. But yes.
Would you be able to do like, because there you can have a AI.
You can have an
person.
AI voice. Yep.
But what I'm thinking is just to do yourself, to record yourself and have the background. There's a feature in there? Do you
Yeah,
know?
you can instantly get rid. A couple of my videos during this series, I've removed the background. You can also make it where as you move your face, it keeps your nose exactly centered. It does. It's so advanced. You can have it where you give a speech in English. It will read all your captions in English and have a voice in Spanish talk with your video in your mouth, and it'll actually change the way your mouth moves to make it sync up with the
It's incredible.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really, that's
Yeah.
I use that for my.
And it's so
That's
if a matter of you can make one video, spend 5 minutes on a video, make captions, do all that, and then you can say, I want it to go to these 15 languages. It'll sit there, crunch. An hour later, it'll spit out 15 videos in all 15 languages with your video with your mouth edited to be that. There's another one out there. There's another feature out there which I find is really, really spooky. But it's no matter where you look, it always makes your eyes point exactly at the camera. So you can look over here, but it's still pointing. Your eyes are still pointing at the camera. It's really spooky. So that's just another trick you can do. And what's cool is that filter actually also works with Zoom. They made one so you can have it where your eyes are open and looking at the camera, and the whole entire Zoom call, no matter even if you're looking at the computer, you're watching videos.
That's awesome.
It's cool plugins. Eye tracking Zoom plugin. But that's the power of video, and I think video is the future. Going live is a good mix. It can bring in your audience. So I decided for my 30th video, I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything. I've had a few people email me questions or message me questions, and on noon on Friday this week, I'm going to go live and just answer all the questions that people ask me, as long as it's business related, and give out lots of knowledge, and just go live for as long as people want to listen to it. If it's 5 minutes, oh well. If it's 20 or 30, that'll be fine. I'm not going to do captions on that video because it's going to be live. Though there is a program that does live captions, believe it or not. It's that crazy. And then on top of all this, we have, I have to go to the second page. We have marketplaces. If you sell merchandise like we do, we have Facebook, you have OfferUp. And then what we make, the number one website where we make the vast majority of our money. And in fact, in 2022, it beat both of our stores combined, was one website where we actually take our merchandise, send it to them, and we just forget about it. They sell the merchandise, they take care of the customer service, they do everything. If somebody returns it and it's good, then they resell it to somebody else. If someone returns it and it's defective, then they send it back to us so we can fix it. And that website, we made almost $500,000 in just 2022 alone on that one website. And the name of that website is Amazon. It's
I know
really,
exactly
really
what you're
good.
saying.
And it's called Fulfilled by Merchant on Amazon. We love it. We ship a lot of stuff there. It still accounts for, it's not over half, but it's about 40% of our sales this year so far. Last year, I think it was 43% of our sales for the whole year. So it beat either store by itself. The two stores together beat it. So we talked a lot about that, but I'm going to go really quick about the tech. I have a lot less to talk about that. So I've been in tech for doing this as a retail store in business for 26 years. I did it for quite a few years before I did that, all the way back since the early 90s. So I'm definitely a tech pioneer, entrepreneur. There's a lot of little best practices, and I feel that when you're using technology nowadays, the number one focus is it needs to be easy and smooth to use. You need to not have the computer adding additional distractions, additional steps. And that's why I hate a lot of the antiviruses that pop up every little thing. I'm like, no, I want an easy to use, simple antivirus with less distractions. I want to have an operating system it's going to update in the middle of the night and not even tell me it's updating. So when you're a business, one of the very first things that I always recommend businesses do is network all their computers. So many businesses I go into, still to this day, probably half the small businesses I go into have every computer is like a little island, and it has whatever that particular person works on is on that one computer. And if they want to share something, they either email it to somebody else or they put on a thumb drive and walk it over there. I'm like, no, we could they're networked. So just put them on the network, send all the data to one location. Now everybody can access all their data from any computer they want. They can make it whether they want to password protect it or not. That's up to the business owner's decision. But it also makes it where they can easily share stuff. If someone's out sick, someone knows how to access their data, their content. They can all collaboratively work together so much more efficient. And then what that also lets you do is I'm a big, strong believer in backing up everything to the cloud. You need to have a copy out there. Well over half the businesses I work with that they call me with these issues have never backed up their stuff to the cloud. And they're like, oh yeah, my laptop just got stolen. Well, you never backed up. There's all your data. Or my hard drive just died. Well, that was their only copy of all their data. So many people, and I thought by now this cloud backup stuff has been going on for like 20 years. I figured everybody would know it by now, and I still almost every week someone says, "Oh yeah, I just lost all my data. Can you recover it?" And if you have it like on an SSD or even a hard drive, it's hundreds or even like $1,000 to recover data off there if that drive gets scrambled, and it's impossible to recover it if it gets stolen. And yet a little program. I personally use a program called OneDrive. And the reason I use OneDrive is it comes with a program called Office 365. So Office 365 lets me put the entire Microsoft Office suite on up to, I think, 6 computers now. I get OneDrive with a terabyte of storage. I'm a heavy user. I still am not at a terabyte of storage in my OneDrive yet. I'm about 2/3 of the way there. So maybe another 4 or 5 years and I'll be there. Well, if I keep making a video every day, it's going to be there pretty quick because I'm getting about a gig of data almost daily right now. So yeah, it'll be there soon. But a terabyte of data is pretty much infinite for anybody, most people. It keeps all your data in the cloud. If you need that data, like for example, I wrote this document on my home computer, but I automatically saved it in OneDrive. So I opened it up here because I didn't want to print it because I might have thought of some changes throughout the day. So I came over here, opened it up, and printed it on this printer. And I have it on my laptop. So if I'm in a class, I can take notes there. I literally just close the program and I can open it on my desktop at home. So that's one really, really fun thing.
And that's a scary thing when you lose your data.
Yeah.
Or you think you do. So I started doing that a while ago, just because I don't want that sinking feeling.
Yeah, it's not just it's nice having it protected, but it's really, really convenient being able, like me, because I work out of this office, I work out of our primary office, I work out of the house, plus I have my laptop. So those are my 4 main business places, and I use a different computer at each place, and having anything I'm working on automatically saved at whatever process I'm at. The other nice thing about OneDrive is multiple people can edit the same document simultaneously. So I have a full-time virtual assistant, and she can be doing data entry, and wherever her cursor is, it'll be green, and it has her initials AB, and so she can be typing in the document. I can be typing in the same document 2 lines below her, and it works flawlessly. And what we really use it for mostly is simultaneously editing spreadsheets, which is kind of cool. And there's really no limit. You can have 5 people all logged in simultaneously editing the same spreadsheet. The other day we had 4 people on one spreadsheet because we were in a Zoom call and we were all collaborating on a spreadsheet while we're doing the Zoom call. Speaking of Zoom, that's another tool that I pay for pro on. Mine's just zoom.jasondragon.com, so I can host Zoom calls and do Zoom calls. We do a lot of training with that. Really quick, Windows 11 is the newest operating system from Microsoft. Apple has their own operating system. I'm not really a huge fan of the Apple ecosystem, mostly because for so many years they were so walled off and sheltered and we ran into so many problems because people would be using their computer, their PCs, and wanting to do some Apple stuff, and Apple just made it always so difficult for everybody. And so I'm just like, that has eternally had a bad taste in my mouth, and I don't like their ecosystem. I'm so entrenched in this one. Windows 11 does require a newer, faster, better computer. Their newest update that is coming out in a few months will require even a better computer. So a lot of any computer more than about 7 or 8 years old, when the next update for Windows 11 comes out, you won't be able to get that update, and your computer will stop doing updates. You have to have a certain particular thing in your processor. I could go into details if you want, but we don't need to do that. So with that, you also, not only do you can synchronize your OneDrive using Google or Edge or Chrome, you can synchronize all your logins, your passwords, your browsing history. So now I can go between all those same computers and all my passwords are synchronized. All my data, everything is synchronized between everything. The next thing I love doing, and this is something that is fairly new, and most people don't do it, and most people don't think about it. You could take one of these older computers right here, take a little basic $300 computer and plug it into your TV. We have the special wireless keyboard and mouse. It's a keyboard with a trackpad on the side, and I've been doing it now for over probably 12 years, where I run the main TV in our house and now 2 other TVs in our house off of a computer. Because now you don't have to worry about that, all the advertising that those TVs give you. I don't know if you know, but most of these TV companies like Vizio and all these companies, LG, they're basically, the reason that TVs are so cheap is they're basically breaking even, or they're even losing a little bit of money selling you that TV. When you buy that brand new 86-inch TV, it doesn't cost $800. That's what we bought, or $899. That's what they were at Costco a couple months ago. That TV probably costs them almost $1,000. They're actually losing money on that. And the reason they're losing that money is because you're not their customer. You are their product. And they're taking your data that they collect by selling you that TV and putting it everywhere. So I personally don't like using smart TVs. I don't want my data sold and marketed against me. I like to have a computer on my TV. And so they sell me this 86-inch TV, and I don't think I've even twice used the smart features of it. I just use it, I hook it up to a computer, and there it goes. And once you have a computer, you get faster streaming, better quality video. You can actually download and save videos locally. So even if you don't have internet, you can be able to do that. And you don't have to worry about, this program's going off of Netflix next week. You download it. It's yours forever. You can do that. There's so many other things you can do, but I like it where we can do our shopping on Amazon right there on the TV. Our TV is literally a 4K 86-inch monitor hooked up to an actual gaming computer, and I put a gaming computer so we can play video games on it if we want. And then our TV upstairs is just a little small, not very powerful computer, and that's the way you do it. And most people haven't thought about this. Yeah, we have one of those we have like 2 of these for our other TVs, and they're really, really nice. And you just use the wireless keyboard and mouse, hook it up. It's so good. And I tell people about it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I wish I knew this 10 years ago." So that's why I always try to make sure I talk about it, because it's one of the easiest, best things to do. And you can watch YouTube in 4K on your smart TV. If you have a smart TV, even if it's a 4K TV, it's impossible to watch 4K YouTube on your smart TV. You're stuck at 1080p. So it's just so much better, so much faster.
With couple customer, they brought it to Philippines, right?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people take these ones. Are so lightweight that they actually take these to the Philippines, and the power adapter works on 220 also. So they take it to the Philippines.
So that has like a decent hard drive too for.
Yeah, this one has an SSD. So another thing I was gonna tell you, I don't know, it doesn't say the size of it. Probably a 500 gig. Maybe you put 500 gigs in there. So they have SSDs. The other thing I was gonna tell you is we don't use hard drives in any computer. There's not one computer here that still has a hard drive in it, unless it's a secondary drive. You never want to put your operating system on a hard drive. SSD technology is, at this point, almost 100 times faster than a hard drive. So, like, with a modern computer that might take you, with all your software, it might take you a minute and a half to turn on your computer to be all the way to your desktop. The same computer, you put an SSD in there, it takes 12 seconds, 9 seconds. And the other thing is because an SSD has no moving parts. If it's on a laptop, one of the biggest fears of laptops, if you jar your laptop while you're writing to it, or you drop it even from like just a few inches, it can destroy your hard drive. So having an SSD completely fixes that also. So I think SSDs is a must for being ease of use, lack of distractions. Windows 11 for me is a must, or you can use your Apple operating systems. Having a synchronized system like Office 365, OneDrive, you want to cloud sync your browser, you want computers on your television. So let me tell you my setup. I have a main super monster gaming computer in my office at home. I'm using a 42-inch 4K super high resolution gaming monitor. That monitor alone is $1,000, I know. Suspended above that on an arm, I have a 27-inch 1080p monitor. That's only really used to like basically play videos when I'm doing something like really intense on here, maybe a video game or maybe a spreadsheet or working on something. All I want to play a music video up here, just play something a little bit. And then nice speakers. I have a high quality webcam, a 4K webcam, high quality, separate microphone, because you never want to use that little dot microphone on a webcam. You want to use something a lot better. I actually have a really nice lapel mic in my car. I was going to set it up for this event and use it for this video, but then I realized I was only going to be this far, so I figured it's fine. The lapel mic does sound way better when you do that. But having all these various tools is very good. But then on top of that, I have a really nice high powerful laptop that I take with me. I have this computer here, which is our POS for this company. And then from that, I have a server in the back, which is actually way more powerful than this. And I can either work from here, or I can remote into the back, or I can sit at the back if another person's working here. And then I have the exact same setup at our other store. I have a nice high-end server. I have the POS up front. So we have all those computers. And then, of course, I have 2 separate TVs with a computer on it that are logged into my account. My son has a separate computer on his TV, and my other son has a separate computer on his TV. But I'm not into those, so they're not part of my thing. But having computers on the TVs, computers in every office, laptop, everything is synced, but every piece of data I need is within a few seconds reach from any of those computers I told you about. I'm logged in. I can go to Wells Fargo on any computer. It just is a couple clicks. Then I have to authenticate myself, and that's it. I'm done. On top of all of this, you can also integrate all of your computers using the phone app with your cell phone. So if you receive a text message or whatever on your cell phone, you can view it on your computer. You can drag and drop files onto it. It'll send those text messages there. You can click a different button. It'll let you browse the files and the stored pictures on your phone. But with OneDrive, you don't have to do that, because every time you take a picture, within a few seconds of me taking that picture, it's stored on the cloud. And then within a few seconds of that, it's distributed to every single one of those computers I told you about. So I can be here, literally walk around my store, go picture, walk back to this desk, and by the time I'm back to the desk, the picture's already on this computer, and I can add them to a Facebook post. So that's the power of OneDrive.
That's pretty cool, because I take pictures, I have to email them.
No, just use OneDrive. And I'm just using OneDrive because I like it, and it comes for free with Office 365. But there's Google Drive, there's Dropbox, there's Apple has a similar thing too. There's a lot of different ones out there, and you can use that on any of them. So I like it a lot. So that's just my personal setup, and we're doing a little bit over, but any questions you guys have about anything, technology, social media, internet, we can answer those at this point. If you like to ask me anything.
Well, it's like new information. Like you said, it's been around for 15 years, having a computer on your TV, you're running your TV.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like looking at YouTube or Netflix on your computer, and then it's showing up on your TV.
It's just a regular
so
computer.
you're not using
Regular
the
TV.
smart TV.
Correct,
It's
because
just a monitor.
yeah, because like you ever want to watch a movie on a computer, on a TV? Well, I mean, some of them have a microphone. You can talk to the microphone. Into the remote. But other ones you have to do this little navigation.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine just having a keyboard. You just type in what you want. You go there. Filipino movies are pretty hard to find. We found a really cool site that lets you get Filipino movies. We downloaded about 100 of them, and we saved them on our server. And now you can go and just click a link. And I have a link on the desktop of our TV computer that opens up the media folder on our server. And you can now watch whatever we have on that media server. And we can have it where the screensaver, because it's hooked up to a computer and we don't have to worry about the smart TV, the screensaver on it can be like our family vacation photos or something. It can, whatever you want it to be on your TV. It's really fun. So we mostly watch Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube. I like YouTube mostly because I can like sit down and just like say play whatever the next video is on the playlist and be able to eat my food and not have to worry about it because you don't have to really watch that because I'm still returning text messages, doing the end of the day stuff, and then maybe flip open a movie or whatever you want to do.
Question?
Yeah.
Going back to what you said about your 30-day challenge with video.
Yeah.
What was your purpose, your mission behind that?
So, number one, it's a lot of different purposes. Well, first off, to get significantly more comfortable with uploading videos.
Okay.
Because before that, I was still doing probably way more than almost anybody in this room. I was doing about 3 to 4 a week and uploading them and editing them. And now I'm doing 1 a day. There's a guy who is highly successful in sales, and he's like his standard is 4 a day. If he's not doing 4 videos a day, now he does. There's a lot of things that they call repurposing. For example, you can take a video right now, say you make a 10-minute video, and there's a couple different AI websites. Some of them cost like $5 or $10 a month. You give them the link to that video, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. They will download that video, crunch it for about maybe an hour. You come back and they've broken that video up into 35 separate videos. And they have a one-click automatic posting system to your Facebook where it'll drip 2 videos a day until all the videos are consumed at random. And it just takes your video and it slices them up into little 30 to 60 second little viral videos that you don't have to do. And it's just all automatic AI. It goes and it edits the video based on the context of the words that you rewrote. So it's using your words. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Repurposing videos like that. The Dennis guy, whatever. He can. Our photographer for PACA. He actually can.
Dermiel.
Yeah. Dermiel. I always find Dennis. Yeah. So he can repurpose videos too. He's done that for other people, but there are professional video people that they'll take your video library. Like I know, like our coach, he makes 1 video a day, and now he's at like 90 days straight of doing that. But they repurpose his videos and they throw out another like 3-4 videos every single day.
What's a good length of a video to not make it boring?
So it's kind of, the thing is, you want to have longer videos a lot of the time because people have more questions, especially if you sell a complicated product. You want to have short videos to get people's attention. So what you really want is you want a mix of videos. Like like our business coach guy, he said his number 1 most popular video, he didn't edit it, he didn't put captions on it, he didn't prepare anything, he just went out and did a video and it was 14 minutes long and it turned out to be his number 1 video he ever did. And
What's
yet
the subject?
his subject was how to make your business sell more stuff on the internet.
Okay.
So that was his subject. But you can, as long as the subject is interesting. I mean, I've watched videos that were 45 minutes, hour-long videos. As long as it's interesting and engaging, and there's good information. If I'm learning something, and, if you're going to have that long of a video, you kind of want to tell them, maybe throw out a couple of tidbits you're going to say towards the end so they stick around towards the end. But we're not here. We don't want the people who are there watching dance videos or watching the latest sound. We couldn't care less if they watch my videos. I want entrepreneurs. So at the very beginning of my video, within the first few seconds, I want to say, who is this video for? So I'm like, if you're an entrepreneur, watch this video. I'll say that right at the beginning of my video. And then I'm going to say what you're going to tell them about. I'm going to talk to you about how to use technology in your business. You want to tell them about that? And I'm going to say, and we do it because we're green and we're using recycled technology that's only going to cost you 1/3 of the price as if you went somewhere else. And you can do a quick little thing. You want to have, you want to have a couple 30-second videos, a couple minute-long videos. You want to have what they call evergreen videos that aren't anything about what's going on today. A video that everything you say would be still valid 5 years from now. So like in the jewelry business, you could say like what you do, about the stuff, but you don't want to showcase inventory and you don't want to tell about specials or events or anything because that's not evergreen. That won't be valid 6 months from now. You don't even want to say, hey, my watchmaker's here on Thursdays because maybe a year from now he'll change his schedule and he won't be here on Thursdays. You see what I mean? So you don't even want to say anything that could ever change. But yeah, various links, and it's more about the quantity of videos. And the other thing that our little mantra that we always say in our group is done is better than perfect. You don't want to have to, let's have the perfect lighting and the perfect situation and the perfect backdrop, and then you end up with such an obsession about perfect that you don't do the video at all, or it takes you 8 hours to make one 5-minute video. Our general rule of thumb is how long does it take to make a 5-minute video? Well, it takes 5 minutes to make a 5-minute video. And then maybe another 10 minutes to edit it, make it perfect, and then you shoot it off. If it takes you more than double the amount of time than it took you to film the video, you're probably getting too detailed. And it's more important to have 100 videos out there than it is to have 3 or 4 really perfect videos.
It's just the value that you bring
So-
into it.
Here I was thinking
that's the
the
next
whole
step.
time you were talking, that what if all of our PACA members collaborate, right? And everybody does a video, a challenge, more exposure for everybody, and then we have to make sure to make comments.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
And I think-
Video,
yeah, if everybody could do it-
The likes or the comments.
But you really need
Yeah.
like the 30-day challenge. You need
30-day
30 videos in 30 days. If everybody, I do have one person, because at the end of my videos, about 4 or 5 of my videos, I was encouraging everybody, hey, why don't you do a 30-day challenge with me? And one of my good friends from college, who actually also knows Tim Heath, decided, hey, I'm going to do the 30-day video. And he's been doing it now for like 12 days. And he's like on his last video, he's like, this video series is changing my life.
Huh?
Because he's been between jobs, he's kind of been unemployed, and now he's basically deciding through the feedback and all the comments on the videos, they're like, oh, you'd be a really good salesperson. Oh, you should sell real estate. So now he's actually thinking of becoming a realtor because of the videos. So, but he's in Los Angeles, so no competition. Because we have enough realtors in Arizona, trust me.
Ron, are you game?
Yes.
Yeah, talk about how all
And then
of this and that.
you want to post your video. The rules I do with the 30-day challenge is every video I did has to post on Facebook, at least one. Every video on Facebook. And then some of the videos, I tried putting about most of them on Instagram. I put anything that was short and, kind of trendy, I put on TikTok also. Anything that was more than 3 minutes long, I put on my YouTube channel. So this is going to be the very first video I've done that's in landscape mode. All the other 27 videos I did in portrait mode.
So which is better, the landscape?
No, I believe for quick, easy, short videos, portrait mode is better. Because portrait mode is better for
Portraits, right?
portrait mode is better for reels. So I do Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Instagram itself, Facebook itself, YouTube, LinkedIn. I did like 4 videos I put on LinkedIn also. And then I do YouTube. I've done like 15 of the videos on LinkedIn. And then I did almost like 10 or 12 of them on TikTok. So, and between all the videos all around, most of them are getting, on each platform are getting between 100 and 300 views. But if you add up each video on all the different platforms, you're getting about 1,000 views on average per video. So that's 30,000 or so people by the time they end this challenge. And a lot of them are probably repeats. So let's say it's 10,000 unique people. And I would say the majority of them never heard about my mission before, never heard what we did. Last night I wrote down our video last night. I don't know if anybody watched it. Was why are we called Emerald Computers? Because I didn't know people didn't know that. I thought it was very obvious that we're the green computer company and we recycle and sell green computers. But I've had a lot of people that they didn't understand that that's why it's emerald. It's because emerald is green. Emerald is like the deepest, most saturated green. And you get into, when you start doing so much content, you get into the habit of, having certain sentence structures done. You get into the habit of flowing without doing ums and ahs all over the place. And it works a lot better over time.
I can see it's a great idea. I've done the 30-day challenge of 1 per month.
Oh.
Yeah. I see you've done quite a few.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Lives every day and
Yeah.
videos.
I think all of us would probably agree it would help our businesses,
It would.
but it's overwhelming to think about doing one a day.
There, like he says, just
If it's a 3-minute video, do it.
I want to learn CapCut.
Yeah, CapCut's really easy.
I do the photos in CapCut, but I don't know about the other one.
Yeah, CapCut. So CapCut, there's a lot of really good, informative videos on YouTube, exactly how to use CapCut.
That's how I've learned to do everything.
Yeah, so just use YouTube. Now, the other big, if you are going to do a 30-day challenge, the number one thing that I recommend, and I even made one of my 30-day videos was about this, was you want to have want to always think about what's in it for the audience,
Right.
what's in it for them.
Right.
You don't need to put what's in it for me. I don't need to tell you about what I do every single time. I'm here, what's in it for you? Why are you watching this video? How can I help you? You want to provide awesome levels of value. Just give away value. The little secret we always say is, give away all the secrets in your business. You don't need to keep any secrets. Tell everybody exactly how you do everything. Tell everybody how you format your book, how you sell stuff. Tell everything how you do it. And what you do is you sell the implementation. So you can give away every single secret about the jewelry business. Tell them, hey, this is where we buy it from. This is our vendors. Who cares? They're not going to go shopping with them. They're still going to come to you and implement it with you. You can give away all the details, but by you being generous with information when most people are stingy, it makes you seem like the open guy who they want to do business with.
Jason, can you be our head?
Hmm.
Our guy for the 30-day challenge with Papa?
Well, no, I don't want Packet to have a 30. I want each person to have a 30-day challenge.
I know. But all of
Each
us.
one?
Each of us.
Yeah, you just do
whoever wants to
30.
do.
Yeah, so what you do, you can, so what I tell everybody, and this is what my coach says, is every day you do a video, and I would recommend you post that video on Facebook, and just go ahead and tag me in that video.
Right,
And then I'll notice when you don't tag me.
exactly. So make sure
And
that
tag
all of
Papa.
us
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, just tag, be my friend on Facebook.
Are we all friends on? Yeah, we have to be.
Well, I'm your
on
friend, I'm his
Facebook.
friend, I'm her friend, and
We
that's
all have to be.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
probably on
I'm
Facebook.
already lenient with you.
Oh, there you go. Is that which one is that?
Yeah, that's
That's
yours.
you, Jason Dragonair.
Arizona Realtor. So yeah,
When I
they're my personal one.
found you on your Emerald.
Yeah, and then the
Oh.
Jason Dragon just regular. So mine's facebook.com/azdragon.
Yeah, but the period, so you can post.
Yeah, and then so what I did to go one step above and beyond is I also realized that we need to have community pages and community groups. So I went ahead and I noticed that even though I live in a fairly large town, our town did not have a community page. There was nobody who actually went ahead and created a Facebook group for our city. There was one for like
Yeah,
buying.
you have
and-
it's a strong one.
Yeah. So now I was the one that created it 6.5 years ago, and we just passed 16,000 people that are mostly all local. The thing that I don't want to tell too many people is we've rejected 24,000 people.
Oh yeah.
We would have had 40,000 people if we weren't rejecting and kicking people out. Because there's another Facebook group that they didn't reject anybody, they just accept every single person. And it's just nonstop spam. There's no real content there anymore.
I have a Prescott page with 10,000 people, and I get 50 posts a day and
Yeah.
2,000 views a day.
And you
Yep.
monitor.
And I monitor, but
That's
yeah, I block 3 times more people than I accept.
Yeah.
You should.
And we're up to 200,000 interactions a month
Yeah.
on our group. So, and then, I don't really monetize it. I could probably monetize it. I did post on that group to invite people to this meeting. That didn't work, so no one's here from the group. But there's lots of different things you can do. But I mostly created it because there were certain people I wanted to help out with when it came to politics, and I was able to help them out.